He was a man who traveled from modern times to ancient times. Then he ordered a plate of signature dishes, but he vomited after taking a bite.
呸，什么味儿？
The boss calmly took out a piece of salt from his arms and prepared to add it to the dish.
战乱之后啊，这粗盐那都是金贵之物，寻常之人那都难得一见呐。
The man was a little confused. No one would use such a big piece of salt to cook. After hearing this, he was thoughtful. Only by mastering scarce technology can you take the lead in occupying the market. Obviously, there is no refined salt refining technology in this era, but he learned it in textbooks. Wasn't the opportunity to make a fortune here? He went into the kitchen and cut a few sticks, then put the meat on the branches. A delicious barbecue was ready. Then he invited the female hero on the second floor to have barbecue. Before tasting, he took out a small bag and sprinkled a handful of refined salt. She took a bite and her eyes lit up with surprise. It was a pity that his salt refining business had not started before the officers and soldiers came. They had never seen such fine salt. They immediately determined that this man was the salt dealer who had infiltrated the palace.
我就是拿掌柜的盐提炼的。
The general asked curiously what refining was. He continued to explain.
提炼就是把粗盐粉碎过滤溶解结晶。
The general still didn't understand and fell into deep thought. He took him to a salt mine with a try-it attitude. Yun Yi made a bet with the general. If he could refine fine salt, the general would call him grandpa. The refinement technology of refined salt was related to the lifeblood of their country. The general waited anxiously outside the door. Suddenly, a group of bandits heard the news and rushed over. But he didn't dare to act rashly, because it was still uncertain whether refined salt could be refined. Just when the two sides confronted each other, Yun Yi came out with salt.
姓程的，快叫爷爷！
The bandits at this time stopped talking nonsense. They quickly launched a fierce attack. Just when the officers and soldiers were about to collapse, a big axe fell from the sky and hit the head of the bandit leader. This person was General Chang, who came to support. Although the bandits were driven away, the general was seriously injured. General Chang stamped his feet anxiously beside him.
让开！太子殿下，太子殿下，快醒醒！太子，皇二代，太要是挂了，那我是不是就废了？